Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Aries. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with regards to the first half of February 2021. And just a quick heads up, I actually did the full moon in Leo portion as a video of its very own. You can find that on my main channel page by clicking the avatar beneath this video. And I do also want to mention that that video is intended for you to watch the first half and then go and find your sign in the second half. So if you're clicking around, the second half is not going to make any sense until you watch the first half. So just keep that in mind. That's the format I'm working with. So what's going on when it comes to your first half of the first half of February? Well, the spiritual focus of week 1 is the 10 of Cups upright. And this is going to be a big opportunity for a lot of you Aries people to start getting everything in your environment, everything in your reality, everything in your space to start perfecting and correcting so that it does actually start to match what your ideals, goals, and intentions for all areas of your life was actually going to be. Because the 10 of Cups is all about putting everything in a space where we are harmonizing and becoming a complete vibrational match on all levels, thoughts, actions, emotions, and deeds, as well as abundance, material situations, all across the board. And with the 10 of Cups, there is this opportunity, right? There is this big focus, reality correction, reality perfection. What is it going to take to get where we want to go? And that is a big part of the 10 of Cups, because if you didn't know what something was made of, if you didn't know what the components of that reality was, that job was, what it was going to take to get to a certain spot or a certain place in a relationship, or again, just the life circumstance in general, the 10 of Cups is also revealing a lot of the steps, right? Actually charting a course on that map. So you're going to want to make sure that you are, of course, adjusting what you've got going on accordingly. Are there any patterns that need to be broken? Are there any routines? Is there maybe some cleanup that needs to be done with our material circumstances, our social life, maybe things that have to do with how we're carrying on out in the world? This is a time where you can see what exactly it means to match what you're trying to have. For your material circumstances, you actually have the Ace of Cups in reverse, and it's a perfect opportunity to do just that. Because with the Ace of Cups reversed, I'm seeing a lot of you getting an opportunity to do some corrective work, especially when it comes to circumstances either being offered to you, in the case of looking for maybe new abundance or new jobs, new roles, and for those of you that are simply dealing with an existing circumstance or an existing work or financial situation, to be able to start doing some constructive editing of the way things are going. The Ace of Cups reversed is urging you to pay attention to where it is not a good idea to self-censor when you have an opportunity to constructively rearrange, whether it's renegotiate, do a bit of a segue, make a very advantageous lateral move, or maybe custom design the way something is supposed to be coming through to you, commencing or beginning. Because the Ace of Cups reversed, those who speak up and speak up kindly with grace and with poise, you're going to be finding that you're going to be able to actually have a wish granted correctly. And maybe it's that an offer that's coming through doesn't seem all that right, or maybe you're kind of sick and tired of something that's been going on for quite some time in your material world. The Ace of Cups reversed, those who speak up, but speak up well, are actually going to find that they are not only able to reverse whatever is happening here, but again, perfect and correct it to be something that exceeds expectations, providing superior results. As we get on to messages, right? We talk about what's going on with news or your social life outside of romance, right? Friends and family. you've got the Sun card in reverse. And this is a beautiful card because we're getting a chance to do some serious healing, some serious patching up with friends, with relatives, people that maybe we want to have that close connection to in a platonic way that maybe we've become distanced from. Maybe we had a bit of a falling out. Maybe a relationship has kind of gone away from the best it could be. And with the Sun card reversed, we're able to bring in some of that wholesome innocence, that wholesome sweetness, that opportunity to bond, rebond, maybe even get some stronger glue, however it needs to work out for this friendship or this relationship. And they're going to be bringing in opportunities for you to, of course, not only reconnect and set a stronger relationship with them, but I feel a ripple effect throughout other areas of your life coming from this as well, when or if you have free will, of course, you decide to actually be available to this. When we have the challenge card, well, when we have the challenge card, we're talking about that right now. For your challenge this first week here, you've got the Ten of Swords upright. And of course, makes perfect sense on a, zoomed out spiritual perspective. If we're seeing everything, what everything is, what everything's supposed to be, what everything takes to be, again, a perfect match and the most harmonious, beautiful outcome, then we also have to accept when something is just not it. And I think that with the Ten of Swords, a lot of you Aries people may be having to find that there are certain circumstances here that you're going to have to call it quits with. I'm seeing you actually being the one bringing about that punctuation, that harsh end, that harsh punctuation to a harsh circumstance or a dysfunctional circumstance, something that does not seem to be getting better or something that might be kind of toxic from the roots up. And with the Ten of Swords, yes, we do see that a lot of this might actually be clearing the way for that Ten of Cups upright. But in the moment, especially if there may be some unresolved or unreconciled emotional issues involved, or maybe circumstances around loyalty or again, attachments and things like that, not everyone is going to be understanding from that sort of zoomed out highest interest of all concerned potential or perspective that it would actually be for the best that certain situations that their ending or their negative ending was a foregone conclusion are better off ended now. And some of you may be actually deciding to cut off certain ties, certain activities, certain commitments, certain covenants that you've created. But with the Ten of Swords upright, this is an advantageous quit. As we get on to your relationships, when it comes to love, romance, we've got the Three of Swords in reverse. And I'm feeling like a lot of you are coming into a space where you're realizing you're more ready for maybe a positive shift or a positive evolution in your relationship or in your family goings on than maybe your partner is. Because I am seeing with the Three of Swords reversed, there is something that is coming to an end when it comes to how this relationship is functioning, what the conduct is, and you're actually quite happy for it going away, but your partner is not letting it go easy. And this might be something that is kind of tough, right? Because if we're maybe saying like, look, we need to drop this, we need to quit this, we need to end this situation, it's unhealthy or it's toxic, and it's tied to like a friend or tied to family members, a living situation, a schedule, a routine, how we're handling things with our kids, a partner might not be on the same page with you. And so with the Three of Swords reversed, it's important to make sure and understand, yeah, you're kind of getting what you want, but you want to make sure that you're being empathetic and, of course, understanding. Don't cave in, right? Don't cave in. Stay the course, but make sure that you're also having some compassion for your partner in this. For those of you who are currently looking for somebody new or you're available to somebody new, the Three of Swords reversed is indicating that you may actually find somebody who is just not fully available as they might be showing to get into a relationship as they are right now. And the Three of Swords reversed is indicating that maybe this has to do with some leftover hang-ups. Maybe they're still carrying some emotional baggage or some emotional stuff from a previous relationship, or maybe even just some hurts unhealed. And I would definitely say that, if they were coming to me for a personal reading, I'd probably tell them to just like take it slow, or maybe, wait a little longer, but it's coming to you. So if you are interested in that, just make sure that you tread carefully, be mindful and intentional with every step, because with the Three of Swords reversed, they might be trying to jump back into the game a little bit too soon. Okay. Moving on to week number 2. Week number 2, you've actually got the spiritual theme of, or the spiritual focus of, the Four of Wands upright. And so there is this wonderful opportunity of accomplishment coming through, or this wonderful sense of accomplishment. A lot of milestones are going to be actually cleared throughout the course of week number 2 of February. And with the Four of Wands, I'm feeling like this is where not only are we making headway, but you're approaching a lot of no going back transitions, whether this is, a breakthrough with our material circumstances, a breakthrough, right, with our job, with our health. You're really coming into your own. But with the Four of Wands, it's also saying, look, change your environment, change your space, change yourself to commemorate this achievement, right? Because it's not good enough to just manifest something. You've also got to stay a match for it, right? You've got to change with the circumstances in order to keep it. If you can't keep something, you just manifested it if you're going to go back and be the same person you were a month ago. And with the Four of Wands, it's all about updating and upgrading the quality of life around you. Kind of like that Ten of Cups in week 1. Now, interestingly enough, we see a big breakthrough going on with your material circumstances with the Emperor upright. And a lot of you Aries people are going to be finding that you're stepping into a position of considerable power in your field, in your job, maybe even in your local community. And this actually could be coming because you are getting a leg up from somebody in a position of power, or a major big decision has been made that has a positive ripple effect for you. Some of you may find that this is either a formal or unofficial, maybe official or unofficial, promotional type of experience that you are also going to get to step into, because not only are you getting, again, additional power and prominence here, but you're also getting a bit to sort of work with yourself and maybe even share in the power somebody else has in a powerful collaboration. One of the things about the Emperor card I also want to mention is that there is a breakthrough with something that you have been trying to change as sort of a consensus rule around you, whether it's with your job or with your neighborhood or with your family. And I think that that's going to go over very, very smoothly. As we get on to your social developments, again, platonic connections, friends and family, the tribe, you've got the Two of Wands in reverse. And there is going to be a need to really get down to business on maybe clearing up some misunderstandings or some misconceptions as it relates to how, I'm not sure if this is one person or a couple of people, but how certain communications have maybe been misunderstood or taken the wrong way, been given the wrong impression, right? Because with the Two of Wands reversed, we're not really on the same page. And this could be something that is crucial to having not only the best relationship, the best friendship possible here, but also maybe to get something back on track, right? Where maybe we're still working on a bit of that healing from week 1. The Two of Wands reverse can indicate that this is about clearing up assumptions that maybe have been made. Some people don't stay in the moment all the time. They kind of look at certain cues, or they look at certain habits, and so they kind of get ahead, right? Well, I assumed this was going on because you did this, and this always means this. People are at different levels of consciousness, but with the Two of Wands reversed, I think you're going to have to do some clearing up. You could be clearing up some misconceptions or misunderstandings that go way, way back, or clearing up some misunderstandings about you that actually also bring you closer to at least one particular important friend or family member or character in your life. As we get on to your challenge with week 2, you've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, it's really going to be important to start physicalizing and commemorating and setting, again, a new standard to sort of seal and ground a lot of the changes that are going on, right? We have so much positive going here through for you with the Page of Pentacles reversed if you are not putting your physical actions, your material shifts, where all of these changes are going. We're not really locking it down. We're not fastening it in a good way. And so this is where with the Page of Pentacles reversed, you're going to want to make sure that you're careful not to let things slip through your fingers, because maybe we're being a bit casual, or we're getting a bit too distracted, or perhaps we're maybe making that mistake that we're getting the warning against making with the Four of Wands upright, having a breakthrough and then going back and doing the same thing that we were doing a month ago. The Page of Pentacles reverse is saying allow something to be made a bit more solid. Commemorating these shifts and making it real is crucial. Now, I also say that with the Page of Pentacles reversed, ask the same of those around you. Ask the same of those that are bringing news to you, or making promises to you, or making offers to you. Ask for receipts, all right? Because with the Page of Pentacles reversed, talk is too cheap. When we get to your relationships with love and romance and all of that stuff, you've got the King of Swords upright. And I feel like a lot of you Aries people are going to be finding that a very powerful cerebral connection, a meeting of the minds, is going to scratch an itch that has been very difficult to scratch. Now, I feel like a lot of this could show up as a partner starts to actually maybe geek out a little bit with you, or maybe start to shift into a way where we are bonding and connecting on a new platform, in a new environment, or maybe in a new creative way, a new spiritual way. And it's nice because there seems to be this endless appetite for, not only experience, but the information, kind of becoming experts in this, becoming one of those couples that becomes the pros. The King of Swords is also indicating that a lot of you who are maybe looking for somebody new are also going to be meeting somebody that you do actually connect with on that sort of off the beaten neural path kind of way, whether it's, again, in the spiritual or on the intellectual or in some kind of super geeky subject matter. You guys are really having a fun time with that. This could apply as well that there may actually be a friend that hooks you up. Okay, for those of you who are also curious, this might actually be, for some of you, this could be just the go-between who, gets you from point A to point B, plays a little matchmaker for you. So that is what I've got for you, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.